Hey friends, Lucian here with the Bullish Bears team, making the watch list video for Thursday, December 28th. Just going to pull up a couple charts on some of the alerts that fired off today. As you can see with the SPX or the S&P, it's still riding this 9. It's still trending upwards. You can see a doji candle right off the 9 EMA. That's a good sign for potential continuation as a potential bull flag here. So you want to see it break, obviously, this area right here, right around that 2680s area to potentially continue forward. So yeah, that's something to be aware of with the SPX. Take a look at some of these that fired off today. Little less than half. You can see here DKS, DKS, and we'll see that one was, oh, no, that one is, wait a second, DKS, oh, that's still active. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, triggered. That makes sense. ADOM at or above $5. So let's take a look at that one. Where is that over here? Did I delete that out of my list? Let's take a look. ADOM. And this one, at or above $5. This one just basically had a, where is it here? Okay, down over here. You'll see it was kind of bull flagging, kind of got this wedge pattern here. And you'll see it got up over $5. Right around 11 o'clock, went up to 673. So you have that 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles, that wick kind of up top showing some indecision, comes down, creates a lower high in the 5-minute, and then it, pump and dump, right? That's what many of these low floats or these small cap stock do. So ADM, but it went from $5 up to $6.73. Now you could have gotten men down over here as well. You didn't have for it to wait to break over 5. I try to give you guys basically the safest positions to look at, or the safest entries. You can see ADMA at or above 310. Let's take a look at that one. Why is this not showing on my watch? Did I delete these over here? I don't know what's going on here. I don't know why I'm not seeing them over here. I don't know if I deleted them by accident or what, or if maybe I forgot to cancel some of them. That's very weird. Let me see. ADMA. 314 at or above 310. So this one, you can see it was kind of didn't really do anything. It fell in the morning, went up, kind of broke high a day, kind of traded sideways, but 310 it got up to 330. You can see that little that wick, that inverse hammer, and kind of then went down after that. But again, you're just looking to scalp on a lot of these. So 310 to 330, that's a 20-cent move. GNCA at or above 130. Why is... I'm still not understanding. I don't know if I didn't save my watch list properly over here, because they should be over here. I'm not sure why they're not showing. Maybe I didn't save. That's very, very weird to me. I don't know why it's not showing over here, which they should. That's odd. It may have not have saved in my computer. GNCA at or above 130. And let me see what that one did. GNCA. That one went from 130 up to 139. Didn't do much of anything. So kind of you'll see the pattern really wasn't anything good. CNAB at or above 135. Let's see what that did. CNAB is a marijuana stock, and you can see this one right here kind of traded sideways, and you can see it just kind of trended above this, kind of above the 9 EMA today. Kind of dipped down below a little bit later on, but at or above 135, you can see that happened right at the beginning of the day when it went red to green, and you'll see it just kind of just trailed, trended along the 9 EMA, kind of traded it sideways, but it went up to $1.80. So 135 up to $1.80. That is a 45-cent move, and that's really what you're looking. You're looking to scalp these ones. So we're just another one that moves. You got to watch these watch lists. A lot of them move on a daily basis. Some move more than others, but 45 cent, that's a big move. APTO, that one was at or below. Sometimes be careful when I put out a watch list. Sometimes I might click the wrong drop down where it says at or below. Usually it means at or above. So I may have just triggered that one by accident. So for below, so we'll put APTO at or above. What was that? 231. This one did really nothing today. You'll see. So it actually it actually triggered what I had put, but I actually meant to put above. So this one actually shouldn't. If I had it at or above, it wouldn't have gotten triggered. COG at or above 28.12. So COG at or above 28.12. Didn't do much. It just had this one candle spike up to 28.22 and just kind of traded sideways. WNDO at or above 910. WNDW at or above, I think I said, 910. And look at that, another one that just trended along that 9 today with a couple touches off VWAP. But 910 up to 1040, that's a $1.30 move. That's big. INTV at or above 320. And that one didn't do much of anything. You'll see there was one little, kind of just look at this one right here, just kind of went up, fake out, came back down. You'll see that stuff happens all of the time. EKSO at or above 255. EKSO. This one went right over here. You kind of see it kind of spiked up, kind of traded sideways, and then had this one big spike up, 255 to 268, 13-cent move. Nothing great, but 13 cents is 13 cents. When you're day trading, you'll take that. AR at or above 1916. Let's see here. AR. Had a little bit of a spike up, 1916 to 1928. Didn't do much of anything. And ABWN at or above 308. And little quick fake out and then dropped. So that's typical of a watch list. When we do a watch list, you'll have 2 or 3 or so that do a good jump up, and then on a swing trade watch list you might get 1 or 2, and the rest they drop. I mean, that's a stock market, right? We're looking for stocks that hold their highs the next day for a potential breakout or continuation upwards. And then obviously you always got to be aware of when to take profits. Something like this, ABWN, usually it's like a 3 green days and then a red day. But sometimes it'll go 4 or 5 days, but a stock goes up like this, has to kind of pull back before it potentially continues upwards or collapses. And what does it do? Gets really kind of those tweezer tops, and then it wants to pull right back down to that 9 EMA, where it usually either bounces or it collapses, and it's doing exactly what it should be doing right now. But who knows, obviously, if it's going to continue forward. It's a lot of gains, and a lot of times it just gives like half of it back, and you'll see. Went up to 311 from down at 128, somewhere in the middle right here. You can kind of see it. Just gives back half of its gains before it either collapses or continues upward. So let's see what we're going to keep on the watch list tomorrow and what we'll build on top of it. LTBR. I don't like that pattern. CNAB. This one still keeps going up. And it's a marijuana stock. So this one, what's that? 65 to 180. I put this one at or above, because it is over a $half amount, I put it at or above. Let me actually delete these ones. I usually reset every day. So we'll put CNAB at or above 165. Obviously, there's some resistance around that 180. And then obviously $2 and $2.50. But these marijuana stocks, they're just going up, so you got to watch it. INFI. It's okay. You'll see in the aftermarket it broached 250. So I like that whole and $half amount, psychological support and resistance areas. So we'll put that one at or above 250. And obviously, when a stock breaks above a resistance area, you want to see it break and hold before it continues upwards. So many times it'll break out, and you might have a huge breakout where you might want to sell and take those big profits. Other times it might have a breakout, pull back to the resistance area, which is confirming support before going up. So either way, you want to be aware of that. So if it breaks 250, you want to see it break 250 and hold, right? Now, being aware of $3 being some resistance, and right around that 280 area, there's some resistance as well. You can see this resistance area, and then naturally $3. And then even though it doesn't really show here, a 350, whole and $half amounts are huge psychological support and resistance areas. WNDW, I would put this on. This thing's really due for a pullback. So this one I actually might, I might put this one as a at or below. I actually try to keep this just kind of one way for you guys, not to be confusing. So this one, I mean, if this falls below 1025, it could easily give back half of the gains. It might even go back down. Again, you got to watch it, but this is really overextended. It's due for a pullback. So watch this one. You might see this go back up to 1040, 1050 or so, and then it might give back a bunch of its gains. You got to watch it. So this one, I actually am going to put, the alert at or below. So we'll put at or below. This one is intentional, at or below 1025. And this is for a potential short. So if you were to short this one, at or below 1025, using 1040 right up here as your stop. So this is definitely setting up for a nice potential short. Let me see here. I'm going to change the color of that one to red. This is one to really watch. So that is a really nice potential short. Okay, so we're going to look at DFFN. I'm going to take that one off. HTGM, take that one off. This is another potentially really nice short. You can see here there's some support right at that 567 marker. You want to see it get above 675. This one I'd be looking for it to give back some of its gains. You see 1, 2, 3, 4 green days. So this one as well, I would put at or below 664. Now, many times it'll fall down before going upwards, but I'm going to put this one as well as a potential short to look at and put it at or below 664. Again, could fall down before going up. You see a lot of times it gets these candle wicks going down like previous day's close and then goes back up. Got to watch it. But Fate, I'm going to put that one, excuse me, at or below 664 for a potential short. And I put some of these areas as support, 630. You know, these high previous wicks you can use as support areas, but if you can find shares to short, if Thinkorswim doesn't have them, then what you call it? Then Interactive Brokers might. They are really good for potential shares to short. MLNK. 26. What is this area here? 264. I'm going to remove that drawing. What is that? 266. So I would put an alert at or above 266 for MLNK, with 290 being resistance. You can see it's bouncing off those dots, which are the 5 simple moving average. So this one might be potentially forming kind of maybe a little bit of a flat top area or an ascending triangle. So MLNK we can keep on there. No, not to OTIV. GNRT. No. Mankind. Nope. Mayo. Man, it's still looking like it wants to move up there. You can see those doji candles. Where is it? Want to get above 444. I mean, you can see the EMA is crossing there. I would keep an eye on it. Was it 431 here to 445? It's kind of a tougher one to keep an eye on and predict. I'm not going to put that one on. I'm not sure if D was the one that was supposed to be on here. No, not D. Maybe I put an error. Take some of these off. And let's zoom in on this one. No, but you can see, as you can see, the stock goes up and it pulls right back a lot of those times to the 9 EMA. Does a lot of retesting. That could be a potential bull flag before it continues up. You'd want to see it break that 250-ish marker if it were to continue. So I just don't really like the pattern on it. And ABWN. See again, 1, 2, 3, 4 green days. Like I was saying, that scissor kind of tweezer top. What to do? It wants to give back a bunch of its gains before this thing again either collapses or continues upwards. So I don't want to put that one on. All right, let's look at some potential new ones. FFRMF, if you notice, I was talking about this one at some point last week. Crazy weird pattern, but it did break $1, and look what it did. It went up to $1.37 today. I'm not going to put that one on the watch list, but you know, if you pay attention to these, you can kind of see how they form those kind of ascending, those wedge patterns, and those are potentially bullish signs. NTFL, no, I don't like the ones with 5 letters. EVIO, see that? No coincidence that it pulls back right by that 200 SMA, that black line, that 130. It's got to get above 120, but it's got that resistance at 130. So I'm not going to put that on right now. Tweezer top, you can see this one right here, formed a double top. See this right here? Top and a top, draw a line across. That is a double top. And it rejected and fell downwards. It doesn't mean it won't go back up, but now it might, maybe now it's forming a cup and maybe a cup and handle position. Got to watch it, see what happens with it forming. But a double top, you want to see it ideally break an area like this and hold, not break and reject. So not doing K, whatever that is, LTBR. So this one, I didn't put it on before, but it was being watched today. It rejected, you can see, what is this area here? 155. I'm looking at this wick, and this wick. I ideally want it to get over this wick over here, which is 155. If it can get over that, that's potentially a bullish sign. It got over it, and then it came right down and fell below it here today. But many times you'll have a kind of a breakout like this and more continuation. And as you can see, you kind of rejected at $2 again. And right over here, just under this wick right here, I was calling today in the trade room, 210, it fell just short at 207 today. So if it can get it above 155, it might have some room. Again, all this volatility here for potential, volatility. But again, you're just looking to make scalps. If you're day trading, if you can get 50 cents, that's an incredible trade. But you're looking at for 10, 15, 20 cents. That's all you're looking for, and just to use your account as leverage. CNAB, another marijuana stock. Oh yeah, that one I already talked about. CERC. I mean, this thing is just due for a pullback, but you can see it just keeps moving upwards. 410. So I'd put, see, 410 up there. 370 is now support. You can see these support areas. So this one will just put at or above 410. I mean, at some point it might want to pull back, but it keeps going upward. So if it breaks 410, make sure that 410 breaks and holds and doesn't fall down. And obviously take your profits. If this thing breaks out from 410 to 420, 425 and shows a reversal at top, make sure you take your profits. So CERC. MNTR, that is a marijuana stock. Rejected right at 190 down to 183. So we're going to put this one again at, I would normally put it at 190, but this one might want to broach $2. It's part of the marijuana sector, so I would get in on it maybe a little bit earlier if it goes up. You'll see it was bull flagging kind of ish down here. It's got it rejected at the 190. Be aware of $2, but that one might be something to potentially get in on if it's going to go up. Obviously, be very aware of the 190 and the $2. But these marijuana sector ones, you might give a little bit leeway on an entry just because they're just they're flying right now. No. There we go. Let's see here. So this one I like it. CBDS. I think that's a marijuana stock. Yeah, I think that's another marijuana stock. We'll put that one. I'm going to put that one a little bit more right here. So I would put it right over here, but you can see there's like this little bit of a I don't know what that is, a doji or a wick right here. Traders are going to pay attention to that. So I'm going to put this at or above, what is that here? At or above 670. Let's do that, 670. You can see some resistance right up over in here, some 754 whole and half dollar amounts, and 950, and then, oh, come on, those areas. Something's wrong with my drawing tool or me today. I don't know what's going on. So CBDS at or above 670. That again is a marijuana stock. These are easy pump and dumps. I mean, this could easily collapse or it could easily go up. But a lot of people are gearing up with the marijuana sector. CBDS, CCCR, no. No. I mean, this thing just keeps going up. It's just so hard to trade this with all these wicks. They're easy traps. At some point, you can see right here, double that tweezer top. It's either going to break above and hold, or this thing's going to collapse. Got to watch it. But it is trailing those that 5 SMA, those 5 SMA dots. So it's got to break and hold $2 to continue to be bullish, or this thing could easily collapse and give back a bunch of its gains. Remember, all these stocks, these small caps, are really garbage pump and dump stocks. You can see NEOT, potential gap. Where is that gap? Anywhere from 201, I think it's to that 227-ish marker. It finished at 206 today. Look at this cup and handle, right? Big cup base, kind of by like a handle, and then another kind of cup, and it's either going to form a handle or this could be also an ascending wedge, like a flat top breakout. So got to watch it. But you can see some support at 203. 228 is some resistance. So we'll put 209, being aware of that, was it that 228 as resistance. If that rejects, you want to potentially consider getting out of it if you were to get in it. But you want to see $2 hold, and then you'd like to see it break above that 228 and fill the gap. But then you also got to be careful of this 250-ish area, 263. So be aware of those areas. NEOT. DRIO, no. Kush Bottles, KSHB. This is another marijuana stock. The marijuana stock sector obviously is running. So we will put that one at or above 360. KSHB, we'll just change that. Put it at or above 360. Again, these are ones that, with these pump and dump, these stocks, you got to be very careful. With the marijuana sector, you might get a couple days, depending on your entry. If you got an entry back here, maybe you can hold it a little bit longer. But if you get up here, you're going to want to take your profits and be very careful. Again, most of these are pump and dump companies. You can see just kind of going back. This one's been a little bit more of a legitimate one, so it's kind of been, but kind of trade sideways. But even so, you look at these, right? Goes from $1.24 up to $5, then right back down to $1.67 and trading sideways, right? So you want stock like this to start trending and staying upwards, not like doing this stuff, right? Like going up and down, up and down, up and down. So this is typically going to go up and then back down again, but got to watch. Again, like they say, buy the rumor, sell the news. So a lot of people are buying the rumor or buying the excitement with pot stocks now, and then obviously traders are going to take their profits, and chances are they'll come back down again before they either do finally go up or they collapse in general. FH, you'll see right above. I want to see this thing get above that one. It's this 165-ish marker. I'm aware of this area right here, 166. I want to see it clear 166. So I'd create an alert at or above 166. It's got to get above 152, the high today. Some support down over here at that 146 area, this 200 SMA. So that's FH. And let's see. If I can clear $3. There's a crossover happening there. This I'm going to put at or above, what is this here? 3. I'm going to put at or above $3 for CLSN. I want to see it clear these areas here. If it breaks $3, then $3.50, $4 would be resistance. CLSN. Can, another pump and dump marijuana stock company. Don't like this pattern as much, but Can, again, another pump and dump marijuana stock. I just don't like that particular pattern. That traded sideways. Orex, no. This is an inverse head and shoulders. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. You kind of see a the base right there at the 126. You want to see it break. Just showing you a very noticeable pattern. Usually if it breaks a 126 area, that base of the head and that neckline, that's a potential bullish sign. It kind of rejected back a little bit here today. It doesn't mean it won't go up. I just don't really like that. Oh, in perfect example, AMMJ is a marijuana stock company. So knowing that, I'm actually going to put that one on the watch list because it is part of a hot sector. So we'll put at or above 126. Obviously, if 126 breaks, you want to see that thing hold, and that can easily do what it's done here. Pumps and then dump, right? Look at this. Pump all the way up, dump all the way down. This could easily pump all the way up and dump all the way down. But obviously, ride the momentum. AMMJ. We've got a whole bunch already for the daily watch list. So let me go to swing trade for tomorrow. Let me change this to the 27th. I don't like to have too many stocks on the watch list because also too, I'm really watching trade ideas in the morning. So I build the watch list at night, and then usually what happens in the morning is what will happen is you'll have all these stocks, 10 plus stocks on the watch list, and then pre-market, there might be only a couple to really watch, right? That has some volume that might break out. And then what happens is a lot of time, it might take 45 minutes, half hour, an hour for some of these other ones to run. Usually, you'll get the alerts triggering on maybe half of these and then half of them dump. But at the open, really a couple of them really might be moving. That's why I look at trade ideas every morning, and we've been posting trade ideas in our trade room every morning. I'll show you guys our trade room again at the end of the video, but make sure you come and join our trade room if you haven't already, because we're giving live screen or showing everybody our trade ideas. I think we're going to move forward showing as part of our membership base after the new year. I believe we haven't committed to it yet, but I think we're going to show our trade idea screen. So that in and of itself, that tool costs $100 per month. And right now, all we're asking for is people to lock in at $10 per month, right? $10 per month for our Bullish Bears lifetime discount, which is an incredible deal. Once we get everything up and running and migrated over and all the website stuff done on our back end, then we will then be moving to membership base that's more than $10 a month. So if you're paying $10 a month, anybody new after you guys, once we're up and running, will pay more than $10. Again, we're going to be it's just a lot of website stuff that we got to take care of on the back end. So sometime in the next, 30 to 60 days will become membership base. But make sure, again, you lock in your $10 rate now. Just click the link below or head to the donate tab on our website. But what was I saying? Oh yeah, so point being in all of that, included in our membership, even at if we, depending on what we charge, 50, 100, 150 a month, even so, that tool alone, whatever we decide to charge after the $10 a month, including that, is $100 a month value just off of that trade ideas alone. We couldn't trade without trade ideas. So point being is we do a combination of our watch list and trade ideas each morning, and then just, kind of go through these and look at the patterns when the market opens. All right, so let's see if I'm going to keep any of these. It kind of went up and pulled back. I'm not going to keep that one on. It's still a potential keeper. I just don't like the pattern. It's not doing anything yet. Still holding in the gap, and I don't like the pattern. And no, so I don't like any of these. Let's see if there's any new ones. Doesn't look like a lot on this scan, so we'll see. So let's see, remove those old drawings. Look at that. No accident that it pulled back there, because look at this, right? So 33.06 for a potential of a gap fill between 34.23, 35.21. You got to be careful. It doesn't mean the gap will fill, but be careful that 34.29 upwards. But that could be, you know, that might have $1 or so move before continuing upwards. So 33.06. I'll put 33.10. So you want to see it get above this area here, that 33.10. Then watch out between 34.17 and 35.33, that gap. It's either going to fill it or reject. But that might be a nice swing trade. Just take your profits along the way. BZUN. CCL, no. SWCH, no. Nope, don't like those. Let's go to the next scan. Not a lot. So that's not a big jump, but it's still potentially going upward. So 1866. I put at or above 1864. It's moving up slowly. I'll put 65. You know, if it can continue upwards, you can see the 9 is over the 20. It is potentially going up. You can see some resistance at that 200 SMA at that 2150 marker. But this one might be a slow grinder, so that's one to watch. Unit, UNIT. Too close to the resistance. No, it's kind of got this wedge pattern now. It might be like a symmetrical pattern. You can see it keeps kind of wanting to go up. It's still creating these higher lows. So it's almost like this symmetrical triangle with a cup and a handle. So you can see a big cup, handle, a little bit harder to trade on this one. Just to show you guys some of the patterns. Do one more scan. Not a lot for the swing trades today. TD, no. 2272. Let's see. Maybe I'll put 2280. If that can get above 2280. Then obviously you got to be careful up in these areas. 2370, 2420. But you can see the EMAs are pinching, kind of crossing over. The 9's crossing over the 20. So you want to see it get above that. What is that? That 2280-ish marker. GRFS. Above 11. Nah, not enough. Toll. ACAD. All right, so we just got 3 that look somewhat decent. So that's the watch list for both the daily watch list and the swing trade watch list for tomorrow. Again, I like to take the last few minutes of each video, do some housekeeping. If you're not a member of our community on Facebook, the Bullish Bears, come and join us. We actually call ourselves the stock market community on Facebook just to differentiate ourselves from our fan page, but we are the Bullish Bears, and as you can see, we have 22,000 plus members that are just non-stop joining. We're getting members by about at least 100 plus per day. We are basically the top community on Facebook for stock market, the #1 group. I think Facebook probably realizes with all the interaction and how we run our group, we don't tolerate any spam or trolls or anything. It's a very safe community for you to learn. So feel free to ask questions. Don't worry about getting made fun of. And if you are made fun of or trolled in any way, just report it. And we will delete the comments. And if the user is a troll, we will absolutely delete them. We tolerate no nonsense or BS in our Facebook group. We created this community. This is the central hub of everything. It's creating a very safe place for you to learn and learn about the stock market, right? So don't underestimate the value of this, especially if you're newer and learning that you know, this community, our group has gotten so big that it's so big beyond, it's way bigger than, you know, Tim, Dan, or myself. It really runs itself. It's self-sustaining. People know not to allow. They report stuff to us, any of the garbage or spam or trolls. So we just keep it running. And this is a place really for you to ask questions 24 hours a day, and somebody's going to answer it. And usually you're going to get some good help in here. So make sure you take advantage of it. If you haven't already, ask questions and feel comfortable. And again, make sure you like and follow our fan page, Bullish Bears, over here. The link's there. It's where we're able to basically post our updates more, just because we're growing so huge. It's hard to stay in contact with us, so that's why we post a lot of our stuff on our fan page, just to keep everybody updated. So again, join our Facebook group, like and follow our fan page. And then if you have not been over to our website yet, the link will be below, or you could just go to bullishbears.com. Just show you a few things. Number one, you can join our community over there. If you click on the About section or our home page, you can join right over here. Or you'll see the banners pretty much on any page to join our community. We have $3,000 worth of courses over here. So if you click on our courses section, again, come down over here and you'll see $3,000 worth of courses. So make sure you take advantage of them. We have basic stock course, a day trading course, momentum trading, which is more advanced day trading, swing trading, options trading, and Thinkorswim and how to get it set up. Just to give you an example, you know, if you haven't done your research on prices of course or costs of courses, there's, you know, you can type in for, you know, trading groups or trading companies, and you'll see, you know, to get their bundle of, you know, one of the top companies, the bundle of their trading courses, they're promoting it for a $3,000 package, right? So again, and they're very worth it, just like many of these companies are. People pay, you know, or people charge for their time and their effort and the value. So if you want a stock trading course, options, swing trading course, some other companies charge $3,000 plus for their packages. Never mind, after you're taking those packages, you might get charged hundreds, if not thousands, for personal coaching, as well as anywhere from $150 to $200 per month just for their trading room and for their alert services. With us, we're saving you the entire upfront cost of $3,000 to learn trading, and we basically put everything on YouTube and make it just easy to go through courses. We could easily take these videos, pre-package them into private videos, and charge for these courses, but we don't. That's not what we did. We just wanted to make it easier. And again, Tim, Dan, and myself have never been about the money. We're all about helping the people. We just want the money as a means to an end, to help the movement growing. So it just buys back our time. So the more that Tim, Dan, and myself are freed up, the more that we can give back to our community. So again, when we go membership based, it's really just about, you know, I mean, there's three of us, just three dudes just trying to help people out. But like anybody, we have bills and expenses and families and kids like anybody else. So we're just trying to buy back our lives so we can give back more to you guys. And even when we become membership based, we will still be less than pretty much anybody else, not because we're trying to go the cheaper route, but just because we just want to be able to help as many people as possible. So again, take advantage of our free courses to get set up. Obviously, you can join our trade room over here. And let me go over to our trade room. And if you come down over here, we have a trade room that you can join just by clicking on this bullish bear. You can see, even right now, it's 4:46 in the afternoon, and there's still 48 people in there after the market's already closed. So there's people talking throughout the day. So if you like to talk to people in a chat room and not necessarily on you know, Facebook, you can just kind of go right over here. You can click on this right over here and open up a new tab, and you can make this smaller or bigger. And as you can see, people are just talking in there, and all hours a day, just content. And all we're asking right now is for all of this that we're offering $10 a month. It's like a Netflix payment. You're not going to find anywhere in the industry that type of deal. And again, when we do charge more than $10 a month, it'll still be worth the value and much less than everybody else, because we're just trying to help you guys to keep things growing. We've created a great movement, and we just want to continue this moving forward. So make sure you take advantage of all this stuff on our website. Read about our trade alerts over here. They explain our trade alert setups are different than just calling out buy and sell signals. We do not do that. Our trade alerts are about helping you to become a good trader, not making you dependent upon us. So please make sure you read these, because when we put these alerts and we send them out to you, that doesn't mean, hey, when an alert fires off, you should buy it. It means, hey, take a look at those alerts, take a look if the setup is good, and then you're going to decide whether you're going to take a trade or not. If you're like, well, hey, I don't know how to do that, that sounds kind of confusing, that's when we say, then number one, don't trade if you don't know how to do it. Number two, take our courses, practice in a virtual trade room, or a virtual account, and join our trade room. Trading is hard. It's not easy. Over 90% of traders fail. We'll keep saying it over and over and over again. So if you're new, you take the next couple months, take our courses, you come into our trade room, you take our nightly watch lists, right? You input them into Thinkorswim with the alerts. And then when something fires off, you watch people in the trade room, what they're talking about. You practice looking at charts and patterns and support and resistance, and then practice scalping day trading if you're doing day trading, or practice swing trading if you're a swing trader, until you get very comfortable. When you have a 60 to 65% win ratio and you're a profitable trader and you've done it over the course of a few months, then you start then and only then should you start trading with real money, and you want to start with smaller positions, starting, scaling your way up. That's how you're going to become a good trader. If you try to take the quick way out, or try to buy an alert service, or become dependent on anybody else to call out trades to you, then you are going to fail as a trader. There's no easy path to success as a trader. It takes hard work. It takes doing everything I show you on these watches every single day without fail. Support, resistance, patterns. Practice trading over and over and over again. And then we provide that community of support for you on the back end, because no matter how good of a trader you become, it's always nice to be part of a community and talk and be able to help other people. So when you become like really successful of a trader, then maybe you come in, maybe you moderate in our Facebook group, maybe you talk to other people in our trade room. Because again, it's not all about money, right? If you have all the money in the world, it's nice to be able to help people and give back as well. So that's what we're trying to do, is focus on the community, give you the tools on the front end, and just kind of all help each other out. So hopefully that helped you. Again, make sure that you follow us on social media. Our links are below, or you can find them on pretty much the top of our website over here. Again, make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, click the notification bell, watch our videos. We have a massive amount of content on our YouTube page as well. So hopefully this video helped you, and happy trading tomorrow. Enjoy.